Hi there. This is Erin. Due to some unforeseen circumstances, my audience member is being brought to you via FaceTime. It's my mom, so she will be listening in as we go along. Today I am doing my speech based upon what it's like to be in a low-income type situation and going to school via two-year college or university. When you have or are raised in a lower income, you have a higher chance of either not enrolling into a college at all, or you have also a higher chance of dropout rate. It is There have been studies that have shown that kids who attend high school who are on the well-off side of it have a higher chance of attending a two-year college or a university and actually going through and completing it all. Those who are going through high school and are on the low poverty end of it have a less chance of even enrolling to begin with or having difficulties going throughout the schooling. Those who do enroll that are part of the low poverty level do have a harder time when it comes to being able to get through school. I personally know for myself that I am on the lower end of the poverty level. I'm not completely homeless, but I do live in an apartment on my own, and I do struggle. I do work quite a few hours. More recently, my hours have been cut, which makes it harder for me to be able to afford the things that I need to be able to afford, which in turn also does make it a little bit more difficult when it comes to doing schoolwork. The other part of it too is that I have been attending Colorado Christian University for almost 3 years now. I have been trying to obtain my associate's degree in healthcare administration. So I feel that I personally am one of the statistics who has had unforeseen circumstances that have come up that have also made it difficult for me. I could have graduated with my two-year degree a little bit ago. However, there have been things that have come up that have made it a little more difficult for me to obtain the materials that I need for classes and end up dropping out of the class or failing it altogether and having to retake it. Like I said at the beginning of this video, I have had some unforeseen circumstances. Again, like I said, I do live alone. I work doing night security, and I am alone like 99% of the time, and I'm not allowed visitors, so it makes giving speeches with an actual audience a little bit more difficult. The other thing that I would like to try to convey that there are other programs out there that are centered to help those of us who are on the lower end of the poverty level that has been able to help out. I know that there have been research done in, I believe it was Texas, where they had a Catholic charity that has been able to help their students along that are on the low poverty level. Some of them have been able to actually graduate. However, even at that point, it does take them a lot longer to graduate, even with a two-year degree, than what it normally should have. The other part of it is that, there are government assistance programs that have been able to help out in certain aspects of it. Not a lot of us have been able to take advantage of that. Part of it is there's a pride thing where we don't want to partake in food stamps or even getting welfare, and some of us actually don't qualify for that, even though we are on the low poverty level. What I want to know is what we as a community can do and how we are maybe able to influence our government to maybe roll out some new programs that are government funded be able to help those who are at the low poverty level so that they can be able to obtain a degree so that they can actually get out of being in the poverty and actually move up into the middle class. Um, when it comes to, going to school, yeah, it's going to be hard for some people and it's going to be easy for others. Unfortunately, those of us who are on the low poverty level, unfortunately, we do have things that come up, mishaps or downfalls or setbacks. I know personally for myself, I've had to ask my parents to help step up and be able to take care of my kids because I have not been able to afford to be able to take care of them, and I also do work nights and I don't have a lot of time off where I can take care of them on my own. Um, I feel that it would be in our best interest to see what we can find, uh, different things. There's not a lot of charities out there that are able to or willing to help students like me in my specific case. Um, but in the same token, what else can we do? According to the Washington Post, study after study shows that students from wealthier families are increasingly more likely to graduate from college than students from the low-income families. The statistics from the Federal Education Department show that high-income students who score poorly on standardized tests are more likely to earn degrees than the low-income students who notch high on test scores. Um, Basically, what it means to me is that, even the kids who come from families who are even middle class or higher, who don't score as great on standardized testing like the SATs or ACTs, are still able to earn degrees and make it through schooling. However, those of who are on the low poverty level, who do score considerably high, they still don't achieve the degree because either they drop out or they are not able to enroll altogether. Um, it's also the other part of it too is that it's like a determining factor when you're growing up and being in a low poverty level. That according to the U.S. News, students from high poverty schools are less likely to immediately enroll in college and to remain enrolled after 1 year, but that students from more well-off schools, according to data released by the National Student Clearinghouse, are able to enroll in a 2-year college or a university right after the fall after they graduate. I personally did not grow up in low poverty. I did grow up in the middle class, and I have been to several colleges prior to this, and I don't think that has affected anything, but now that I'm doing everything on my own and that I am a single mom, I feel that it has drastically changed the way that I have been able to view my college education. I still will do everything in my power to strive to achieve my associate's degree, and whether that takes another 15 weeks or if it takes 12 weeks, I just have to play it by ear and see where we go. But I believe that there are other things that we can do to be able to help those who are less fortunate than others. And again, due to the unforeseen circumstances, I was not able to provide my PowerPoint presentation during my speech. But I think that's about it.